Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I'm going to do part 57 to my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series. We're going to do the Halloween, we're going to continue doing the Pumpkin Curse Toad Owl. I just told him, well, I have an idea. We're going to do what I need to know. How do your parents feel about humans being around? I don't want to go to your lake and then get attacked. Tail's glowing eyes flicker with uncertainty, and he seems to think carefully about your question before responding. His body shifts as he tries to recall everything he's been told about humans. My parents? Well, they've never really had a problem with humans. They never interacted much with them, but they never seemed hostile either. They always warned me about staying away from the human settlements, though, saying it was better not to get involved. I think they were mostly worried about me getting hurt, especially since humans can be unpredictable. They didn't want me to go near them, but I don't think they'd outright attack anyone. His voice softens and a touch of sadness creeps in. But after everything that's happened to me, I don't know how they'd react to humans now. They've always been protective, especially after I was cursed. But I don't think they'd attack unless they felt like you were a threat. Hey, what's up to you? His glowing eyes filled with a mixture of hope and concern. If you're planning to go to my pond, I think you'd be okay. Just, just be careful. They're protective, but they're not violent unless they have to be. Maybe if you approach them the right way, they'll listen. If you think they might attack, I'd rather not put you in danger. The tail gives you a thoughtful look. It's really up to you whether you want to risk it. I'm not sure how they'd react, especially with me being in this form now. If you're willing to try, I'd be grateful for your help. Well, I've got my own that really cares about me. Maybe if you come with me, but when we go to your lake, you stay hidden and out of sight. That way you can be nearby listening, just in case they do get violent and I need protection. But that way they won't get scared or angry and attack immediately. What about any siblings? Do you have any? Taylor seems to consider your plan carefully, and after a moment he nods slowly, the glow from his body flicking. That sounds like a good idea. If I stay hidden and out of sight, they won't get scared of me, and maybe we'll be able to talk things through without them getting upset. I can listen from a safe distance and jump in if things go wrong. He hesitates before continuing, his tone becoming quieter as he answers your next question. As for my siblings, I do have brothers and sisters. I had 5 brothers and 3 sisters. All of them were older than me. They were all close to my parents, and they followed their rules, but I haven't seen any of them since, well, since the curse. They all got so scared when I turned to this jack-o'-lantern. None of them wanted to be around me after that. Taylor's voice grows heavy with sadness. I don't think any of them would want to help me now. They might not even recognize me in this form. I don't think I've seen any of them for years. They might be living elsewhere now, or they might have moved on. He looks up at you, the glow in his eyes still bright, but if they're still out there, maybe they'll hear about me and want to help. I don't know. I just hope they're okay. Phil seems to accept your plan, but the question of the siblings weighs on his heart. Yeah, they're definitely a lot older by this point, especially if it's actually been 10 years, like you said. Period. But if they still do live with your parents, I just don't want them to get the wrong idea and attack me as well. But on the other hand, if they are understanding, maybe they can help me be able to talk to your parents without the fear of immediately getting attacked by your parents. I just don't want them to get the wrong idea and attack me as well. On the other hand, if they are understanding, maybe they can help me be able to talk to your parents without the fear of immediately getting attacked by your parents. Makoto nods solemnly, clearly appreciating how carefully you're thinking about the situation. He shifts closer, his voice low and thoughtful. Yeah, it's been a long time. 10 years is a lot, especially for them. If they stay at the lake, they're probably all crocodile or full grown for alligator by now. They might have kids of their own. They might even be more protective than my parents are, especially after what happened to me. Yeah, that's gonna be a big problem. He glances at the ground, his expression a mix of hope and caution. But you're right. If any of them are still there and still care, they might be able to help. They could be the bridge between you and my parents. Maybe hearing it from one of them, someone they still trust, could stop things from getting out of hand before it even starts. He looks back up at you, a flicker of warmth returning to his glow. If we're lucky, they'll be willing to listen. I think deep down they still want to help if they had knew someone cared enough to help me, even after all this time. I don't think they've forgotten me. They were scared, but not cruel. He steps back as if meant to print. So, we go in carefully. I'll stay hidden nearby while you talk. If one of my siblings shows up and seems open, maybe they'll help you approach my parents without scaring them. But if anything feels off, you just say the word and I'll get you out of there. My curse might have changed how I look, but I'm still a toad owl, and I don't let people who care about me get hurt. Oh, that's actually very sweet. I like that. If you're wondering why I gave him like more of a deep voice, guys, I kind of give him a mix of like a childlike voice and a like more of a deeper voice, like his voice, like not quite his original childlike voice, but not deep enough to. It's kind of like a Lugia actually in its own way, because I do kind of give Lugia this voice. So I think I do like Toadal's a little bit softer. Yeah, you do have a point there. Like I do his a little bit softer. Lugia has more of that like if you mess with him, I will rip your heart out, mother fricker. I do Toadal's are softly. What do you want to do next? Set out for the lake, ask him more about his family or his home. Very different plan. Well, I really care about your species and evolutions. I'm hoping that me showing them that I don't mean any harm, whether it be to your parents or one of your siblings, or even possibly one of the children of your siblings, they will let me talk to somebody that can help, or at least give us some answers, or at least give us some answers. The jailer Toto gazed at you with a soft, glowing warmth, brighter than before, like a flicker of something he hasn't felt in a long time. Comfort, trust, and maybe even hope. His body glows gently in the shadows of the early evening, and he gives a small, shaky smile. You're you're different than anyone I've ever met. Not just because you're not afraid of me, but because you care. You care about me and my kind like we actually matter. Not just the way we battle or evolve, but who we are. He takes a few slow steps closer, careful not to startle you, and speaks with emotion in his voice. If anyone can talk to my family and make them see I'm still me under this curse, it's you. You have a way of reaching people and Pokemon without fear, without force, just heart. If my parents or siblings hear your voice and see that you're not afraid, not angry, not out to hurt anyone, they might actually listen. He turns his head slowly toward the distant woods in the direction of the lake, his tone calm but resolute. Let's go to the pond. We'll go carefully. If someone sees you, try speaking gently. Tell them you care about Totodile. If it's one of my siblings and they're calm, maybe they'll even talk to you first. Just be honest with them. Tell them what happened, that I need help, and you want to understand the truth about that night. He paused and then asked quietly, and if someone does get scared or tries to drive you off, I'll still be right there. I won't anything happen to you. I promise. The cursed turtle gently steps behind a tree, preparing to follow quietly from the shadows. The moon hasn't risen yet, but dusk is beginning to stretch across the sky. You can hear the distant sound of water through the trees. Are you ready to make your way to the pond, or would you like to say or do anything before you approach? Before we go, maybe I should prepare like a special berry or something that your kind might like. That way, if I do get them to listen to me, I can show them I don't mean any harm by giving a few berries to whoever is talking to me. The Toto's eyes widen slightly at my idea. The carved jack-o'-lantern grin on his belly flickers brighter for a moment. He nods enthusiastically, a soft rustling sound escaping his leafy stem-like tail as it twitches with approval. That that's actually a really good idea, he says, his voice sounding more hopeful now. My kind loves berries, especially sweet ones like citrus, Watmel, or Raz. If you offer those to whoever comes to speak with you, it'll show that you're not a threat at all. It's a sign of peace and kindness. My mom used to say sharing berries was one of the oldest forms of friendship between Pokemon and humans. He pauses in a small faces in a small circle, clearly getting excited now, though still whispering to keep a low profile. If you can get just a small pouch of berries, even if they don't take them at first, it'll make them think. And if you do talk to my siblings, well, maybe seeing you offer food instead of fear will help remind them of who I used to be, who I still am. He going just toward the path leading toward the through the woods. Do you have any berries with you now, or do you want to stop and pick some up or gather them nearby before we go? I know where a patch of orange and raspberries grows not too far from here if you don't have any yet. So to gather berries in the wood, use your own supply or make. Well, I do have a lot of berries, including a lot of, but I don't have any raz. What other berries did your family like? I have pretty much everything but raspberries. Toad's glowing eyes light up at the mention of your berry stash, especially when you say you have a lot of citrus. He gives a cheerful little hop in place, almost like his old self is momentarily peeking through the cursed form. Citrus is a great start, he says, clearly excited. That's one of our favorites, especially when we're tired or recovering after swimming all day. It's sweet, refreshing, and feels kinda like home. He taps his pumpkin-like fingers together, thinking hard. Other than Raz, my family also liked pecha berries, super sweet and soft. My dad loved pineapple berries for the tanginess, and my mom always kept stash of lum berries hidden under some lily pads in case anyone got sick or hurt. My siblings, well, they were kind of obsessed with custap berries, but those are hard to come by. He paused and looked up at you, going with gratitude. If you've got citrus, petra, maybe even a pineapple or two, that should be perfect, honestly. Just the gesture of bringing them will say more than words ever could. You're showing them that you care enough to prepare, and that kind of thing means a lot to my family. He steps back toward the shadows again, Joey nudging him. A small satchel-shaped rock with his foot. If you want, I can carry a few of them in this, so when you're talking, I'll stay out of sight, but I'll have them ready if it feels right for me to offer them instead. That way, they know it's really from me, too. Do you want to let him carry a few berries for backup, or would you rather carry them yourself as a peace offering? Well, how about this? I'll carry all the berries in my bag, and when we get close to your lake, we can get out the berries we need, and I will hold them in my hand while you grab a few and put them in that pouch. That way, if they accept you, or at least are willing to listen, maybe you can come out and hand them to them as well. That way, we both offer something, but it's not dangerous for either of us. All the berries in my bag, and when we get close to you, we can we can get out the, oh my gosh, berries we need, and I will hold them in my hand while you grab a few and put them in that pouch. That way, if they accept you, or at least are willing to listen, maybe you can come out and hand them to them as well. We both offer something, but it's not dangerous for either of us. That's honestly pretty smart. I mean, Turtle stares at you for a moment, his glowing eyes wide, not with fear this time, but with awe. The faint grin carved across his belly flickers like candlelight, flickering brighter with each passing second. He gives a soft, emotional chuckle. That That's perfect, he says, his voice low and steady. It lets them see your kindness first without scaring them with how I look now. But if they do listen, if they really hear you out, then maybe, just maybe, I can step forward and show them I'm still me. He gently picks up the stone pouch with his stubby poking fingers, non-verbal. We'll do it your way. We'll both offer something. Together. But carefully, just like you said. No sudden moves, no danger. They're willing to talk. Maybe they're willing to remember. He turns his head toward the winding path where the trees part ever so slightly to reveal distant moonlight flicking over the pond's edge. A cold breeze rolls in, and Toadle tucks himself further into the shadows. Lead the way, he whispers. I'll stay close, but hidden. When we get there, I'll wait for your signal. Things go well, we'll offer the berries together. The woods ahead grow quieter, chirping of wild corn giving way to the gentle lapping of water in the distance. The pond is just ahead, still, reflective, and surrounded by heavy reeds and lily pads. You can sense that something or someone is nearby. But approach quietly now. Here. There is a lot of berries in my bag. Go ahead and grab the ones you know your family likes and put some in that little pouch of yours. I'll grab some as well when we're close to the lake. Uh, Toto quietly steps from the shadows just enough to reach into your bag, his pumpkin-like hands surprisingly gentle despite their stiffness. He scans the assortment of berries with glowing eyes that reflect like little lanterns in the dusk. He picks slowly and carefully, the way someone would with something they hadn't touched in a long time but remembered fondly. Citrus, petcha, and one of these lumberries, just in case, he mutters, placing each into the little stone pouch with a soft clink. His expression is distant for a moment, a mix of longing and fear, but he clenches the pouch closed and hugs it to his chest. Okay, got them. He bites into the shadow again, still visible to you, but cloaked enough to avoid drawing attention. I'm ready when you are. The path to the lake opens now, the glistening water shimmering beneath the silver hue of early nightfall. Gentle ripples break the silence, and you hear faint rustling near the tall reeds. Someone or something is there. You can't see them yet, but you know eyes are watching. Trail stays hidden behind a patch of heavy bushes near you, eyes on your every move and waiting. They step forward and speak, or would you like to wait a moment and observe first? Hello? Is there any around. Oh no. Let's hope whoever this is not as aggressive. I'm really worried. The moment your voice carries over the still waters, there's a long, tense silence. No response at first, just the sound of rippling water and the wind brushing through the reeds. Then, a splash. From the west side of the pond, a head rises slowly above the water. A tall, muscular shape with deep blue scales and jagged red fins. A fur alligator. Its eyes narrow cautiously as it studies you. Behind it, smaller shapes begin to stir. A crocodile stepping from the shallows, and another younger frogger standing guard protectively nearby. Our frogger doesn't move closer. Stays partially in the water, only its upper body visible as it speaks, its voice deep and gravelly. Who are you? And what business do you have near our waters, human? You feel Toad tense in the shadows, but he says nothing, just clutches the pouch closer. The others haven't seen him yet. Now's your chance to respond. Will you introduce yourself and explain why you're here? Or listen, I don't mean you any harm. My name is... And I have this big pile of berries. As a peace offering. Mm. The older frogger narrows his eyes at you as you speak, the water around him rippling as his powerful tail shifts beneath the surface. His gaze drops to your hands as you show the berries, the moonlight catching the glisten of citrus, pecha, and lum skins. His expression shifts, subtly. It's not trust, but it isn't hostility either. The crocodile beside him murmurs something low, very audible. The younger frogger steps forward, half curious, half suspicious. You brought these just to offer? The older one rumbles. No trainer battles, no tricks, just berries. There's a long pause, then a quiet splash from behind the reeds. A crocodile, the smallest of the group, steps out, younger than the others, but old enough to have seen 10 years pass. Her voice is softer. That's not something humans usually do. Why would you care enough to bring gifts to a family you've never met? You hear Turtle quietly shift behind you, waiting, nervous but alert. Hasn't stepped forward yet. They're giving you a chance. They're just not sure yet. Not sure why. Yet. I know it seems odd. But I really need to talk to you about something. And that's why I'm here and offering these berries. Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you or your family. I would never hurt any of you. Here we go. The wind stills as your words echo across the pond. The older frogger stares at you, unmoving, expression unreadable. Then, slowly, he steps out of the water, massive and towering. He rises to his full height at the edge of the shore, moonlit outlining his jagged silhouette. The Chronon and the other Fragger remain close behind, still weary, but they don't attack. Smallest Chronon steps forward again, eyes soften. You speak gently, and you brought up berries. She looks at the older Fragger, who gives the faintest of nods. The inner gaze returns to you. All right, well, listen. The Fragger says, but only briefly. If we sense any danger, we would defend ourselves. At that moment, behind you, Toto gives you the tiniest nod from the shadows. He's ready to help if needed. You see him tighten the pouch of berries in his grasp, clutching it like a lifeline. They're listening now. Do you want to bring up Toto yet, or explain the situation first? Carefully leading into it. I promise I'm not going to hurt you. In fact, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I met the one that got turned into a pumpkin that used to live here with all of you. Oh, here we go. I think we're starting to get a little bit of somewhere. Let's just hope you don't act with hostility. Mm-mm-mm. The moment the word Todo leaves your lips, paired with pumpkin, everything stops. The older Fragger's muscles tighten. Kronov freezes mid-step. Even the younger Fragger behind him growls low, his tail swishing through the grass. You met him? The eldest Fragger says, his voice a low thunder. He's still alive? The small Kronov's eyes go wide and she steps forward, almost hopeful. The tension in the air is sharp. The word pumpkin stung them. You can tell there's emotion there. Conflicted, painful emotion. The older one speaks again, more quietly this time. That fool disobeyed everything we warned him about. He brought the curse upon himself, and he brought pain upon this family. But you see it, hidden beneath his stern eyes is something else. Regret, grief, maybe even guilt. The Unicron was looking at you with trembling grip. Where is he? Is he okay? Turtle inches slightly from the shadows behind you, just enough that you feel his presence at your side. He's clutching the pouch tighter than ever, but his glowing jack-o'-lantern eyes are locked on his family. He doesn't move yet. He's waiting for your cue. Whether to reveal him now or say something. Yes, he's fine. In fact, he's around here. I'm trying to help him. And that's why I came here. You seem to know a lot about the curse. Or at least enough information to help. Maybe even find a solution. The older Fragger's eyes narrow as you mention that Toto is fine. There's a sharp intake of breath from the smaller Chronon, and she gazes anxiously at the shadowy edges of the pond. He's, wait, he's fine, but he's a jack-o'-lantern. Oh, the younger Fragger's voice is trembling as though she's not sure where to hope or to. How can he be fine? The old Fragger's massive form shifts slightly and he lets out a heavy sigh, looking toward the water, his gaze distant. It's been years, kid. We tried. We searched for a way to break the curse. No one's ever returned from the woods once they've been touched by that witch's magic. It's it's more than just a curse. It's a bond. It ties you to the witch and to the forest. Every year we remember 'em. We remember what happened. Crawling beside Meloris's head, her voice barely a whisper. We never stopped looking for 'em. We couldn't even bring ourselves to say goodbye. But now, you're saying he's still out there? Totodile, hearing the doubt in her voice, finally steps forward from the shadows, emerging just enough for them to see his glowing form. He doesn't say anything yet. He simply stands, his orange pumpkin body outlined by the faint. The family stares, wide-eyed. The eldest Fragger blinks, his stern demeanor cracking so. Is that really him? Tail steps closer, still carrying the pouch of berries, his glowing eyes flicking. He speaks, his voice soft yet filled with a mix of longing and regret. It's me. I didn't listen to you, and this is the result. I didn't mean for it to happen. I just wanted to know what was so scary about the woods. The old Fragger growled low, but there's no anger in his voice, just sorrow. I told you, Totodile. I told you. You never should have gone there. The younger Chronosaur steps forward, her voice breaking. But you're here now. You're still here. You can come home, right? Taylor's eyes flicker with emotion. He nods slowly. I don't know if I can ever truly get back home the way I was. But I don't want to be this way forever. I want to be me again. The old Fragger stares at him, his expression softening just a little before he speaks in. The curse is powerful, but if you really want to try, you'll need to go back to the woods, back to the witch. Taylor's eyes widen at the mention of the witch. The Colonel's voice trembles. Are you sure? It's too dangerous. She's the one who cursed him. We lost him once. We can't lose him again. Taylor looks at you, his voice steady, but I'll go. There's even a chance of breaking this curse. I have to try. And the family's ready to help, with their crew worried. Will you suggest going together, or do you have a different plan in mind for confronting the witch? We need to figure out a way to go in there without getting cursed ourselves. If we just walk in there, it won't just be see, part of me really wants to use that divine magic to help, but part of me also thinks I do have a second one, so maybe I should wait till that one happens. That has it. It'll be all of us, including me. And knowing what happened. The old Fragger nods grimly at my words. His claws curling slowly into the earth. You're right. That witch's curse isn't random. It targets those who enter on Halloween. That's how she caught her firstborns. His voice is low, haunted. It's not just about seeing her, it's about disturbing her. Her magic is strongest on this night. The Uncle Lance goes, when we were younger, we used to hear stories. Old forest Pokemon whispered that the witch's magic is bound to rules. Superstition. Maybe. They said if you follow certain protections, she can't touch you. Toto perks up eager but cautious. What kind of no, dang it. What kind of protections? The Quran thinks for a moment, then slowly says, one of the legends says you need something sacred from your home, something protected from your ancestors, and something gifted to you by someone who truly cares about you. I have nothing, so if they look at me, I don't know. Now they're gonna look at Fred's gonna look at me and be like, well, human, you truly do care about this toad, alright? Give him what he needs. It's like, what am I supposed to use? The only thing I have that would be even protective would be the divine power, the divine magic. But again, I'm trying to use that until at least after the divine velociraptor is taught to. The Orpheus gives a gruff nod of remembering the same tale. Could be nothing more than forest myth, but it's the only lead we've got. Joe turns to me now, eyes looking. You care about. Oh, what did I say was about to happen? You care about me, don't you? You came all this way to help. That could be the gift part. But what do I have that's sacred from home? And what about ancestor protection? Do you think you could help me find those other two pieces? You feel the weight of his glowing gaze on you full of trust. Would you like to help him gather those three things? So, would you like to choose the gift you give him as the one who cares about him? Oh man, I don't have anything that he would like besides berries, dude. That's the issue. Now here's the problem. If I don't have, what would, oh man. Man, see, this is the problem, because now I'm stuck in a crossroad. Cause now if I don't use the divine power, I have nothing to give him besides a berry. And now I knew he was going to do that. You like to choose the gift you'll give him as the one who cares about him? I do care about you and your family, but besides the berries, I really have nothing I can give you. Unless you want something. Stop. That would seem meaningful. That would be fun to play with. Like a rubber ball, for instance. Everything else, it's just healing items, berries, and so on. Toto's glowing eyes soften into a warm glow when a little smile creeps across the card pattern on his pumpkin-shaped face. He steps closer, looking into your bag with genuine curiosity. You really would give me something like that? Just because you care? He looks down for a moment, thinking hard. Then his voice comes quieter, more sincere. When I was little, before all this, dang it. When I was little, before all this, I used to love chasing rubber balls around the pond with my siblings. We used to roll them off logs and race to catch them. That that would mean a lot. Carl watches this exchange silently and then speaks up for Tonja. It doesn't have to be powerful magic. Sometimes it just has to be real. If it matters to them, and it comes from someone who means it, then it counts. The overreactor nods approval. That'll do. The witch's rules aren't always logical, but they're rooted in emotion and bonds. That ball may be more powerful than any spell if it reminds him who he really is. Toto beams with surprising excitement, and his jack-o'-lantern body wiggles slightly with anticipation. If you give me that ball, I'll keep it close the whole time we're in the forest, and when I'm scared, I'll remember you gave it to me. Would you like to give him the rubber ball now? And if so, how would you like to give it? Hand it to him, sit down for him to pick it up. Something else meaningful. I've grabbed the ball out of my bag and go over to a nearby log. Well, if that's the case, how about I give it to you in a way that would be meaningful? Here, I'll roll it down this log. Wait, I can't, because he's a jack-o'-lantern. Frick! Over to you from here. I would roll it down the log for you, but I don't know if the fire from your jack-o'-lantern part can go out. I don't want to accidentally be the one that hurt you trying to do something nice. Oh my gosh.